Tougaloo College Early, College High School. How y'all doing, man? Hey, I want you to give yourselves a hand very quickly. Give yourselves a hand. And before I get started, I just want to let each and every one of you know, if I've never told you, I know I've told y'all before because these are my guys and gals over here. Never met some of you, but I feel like we family already. But I just want to let each and every one of you know that I am so proud of y'all. Look at the person to your left and right and say, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Even if you don't mean it, just tell them, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of y'all, even though Bryce told me the other day that I'm old, but I just want to make something clear real quick. Isaiah, Deja, who won the game? We won, right? Okay, cool. I must not be too old to still kick y'all butts. That's right. But still, in spite of that, man, I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Look, y'all, I won't be before y'all long. As a matter of fact, y'all can time me right now. Give me about 7 to 9 minutes and I'm gonna get in and get out, because hopefully my goal anytime I get the opportunity to speak before people is to come up and ensure that whoever I'm speaking before, that they don't leave the same way that they came. That literally you take something that I say and you take it on in your life, in your journey, in your school, in your academic career, in your athletic career, and it makes you better in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Cool? Say cool to me. All right, cool. So, y'all, I understand that one thing I love about Tougaloo College is it's a Methodist university, that it was built on the morals of the Bibles. The value system of this institution is built on the teachings of the Bible. But I also understand that we are in a generation where there is a multitude of religious beliefs that guide our moral compasses. I understand that. But I also believe that there is something that you can get out of anything and everything. So there's a story in the Bible that I literally love. It guides my life. And that story is a parable. It's called the parable of the talents. And it talks about this master who had 3 servants or 3 workers, 3 people that worked for him. And this dude was extremely wealthy. If you could think about all the riches, all the wealth, all the estate that you could ever have in the world, this guy had it all. I mean, whatever you can think about, he had it. And this dude said he was going on a long journey. We don't know how long he was going to be gone. It may have been days, weeks, months, years. But he said, I'm going on a long journey. And to the 3 people that work for me, I have to entrust my entire estate, all of my riches, all of my wealth. I have to entrust it into you. Now, when I give it to you, it's up to you what you do with it. So he left for his long journey. To one of the servants, he gave 1 talent. Now, I don't want y'all to get bewildered by how many talents each of them got, because the fact of the matter is, in those days, talents were a form of currency. And the form of currency that they were, 1 talent equated to 7 years worth of wages. So working for 7 years equated to 1 talent. So to one of the servants, he said, I'm gonna give you 1 talent. To the other one, he gave he gave 2 talents, and to the other one, he gave 5 talents. And he said, look, what y'all do with that while I'm gone, it's on you, but I'm about to go on this journey, and when I get back, I'm going to expect a report. So he went on about his business, and the one who he gave 5 talents to, he went and put his talents to work. He reproduced them, he got 5 more, meaning he had 5 on top of the 5 that he originally got, meaning he had. There we go. That's why I love early college high school. These are some of the smartest students. Y'all brains work fast. He went to the same one who he had given 2 talents to. He responded in kind. He wouldn't put his talents to work. He had 2. He reproduced 2 more, which means he had. Well, to the one who he gave 1 talent to, he responded a little differently. He said, you know what, I don't want to mess this up. So, I'm going to go find me a spot in the ground. I'm going to dig it up, and I'm going to put this here, and, I'm going to just let it sit there. And whenever he comes back, I just hope he don't ask me nothing about it. So that's that. So maybe some days, weeks, months, it went by. And then this master finally comes back, and he says, all right, baby, I'm back. I mean, I want to know what y'all did with my talents. So the one we gave 5 talents to, he came to him like a kid with a good report card and said, hey, look, master, you gave me 5 talents. I went and got 5 more. I put it to work. I put some effort and energy into it. And then I got 5 more. I got 10 now. And then so the master said, well done, my good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a few things. I'm going to make you ruler over many. Meaning that because I could trust you with that, I know I can trust you with more. The same thing for the one who he gave 2 talents to. He came to him and said, look, master, you gave me 2 talents. I went and put it to work. I went and put some time, effort, and entered into what you gave me, and I got 2 more, meaning I have 4 now. He said, well done, my good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a few things. I'm going to make you rule over many. Then he got to the one who he gave 1 talent to. And instead of responding with a report, he responded with an excuse. He said, you know, master, I knew you were a harsh man. I didn't want to mess up what you gave me, so I just went and buried it into the ground. I can go get it if you want me to. And the master got furious with this dude. He said, you wicked and slothful servant. I didn't give you what I gave you just for you to hold on to it. I gave it to you for you to reproduce it and do something with it. I want to stick a pin right there and just remind or encourage some of you that it's not about what you got, it's what you do with what you have. That's not even the best part of this story for me, though, y'all. This is what he did. He said, you know what? I know you remember where you left it. I know you remember where you buried it. I want you to go back and get it, the talent that I gave you, and I want you to bring it to me. So he got the talent. He brought it back to him. And when he got back to him, he took it from him. The 1 talent he gave him, he took it from him and gave him to the one who he gave 5, who reproduced 5 more. And now he had 10, which means now he has 1 more. He has. Do not allow your lack of responsibility and stewardship to be the reason why what was really meant for you goes to somebody else. Because here's the reality, y'all. It's a lot of people that are literally sitting on the bench waiting on you to make a mistake that'll say, coach, if you put me in the game, I'll do something with the opportunity. I'll do something with the gift, the talent, the ability that you gave her. If you just give it to me, I promise you, I'll do something with it. So you cannot allow your lack of responsibility by what you've been granted with to be the reason why what was really meant for you goes to somebody else. Because I can guarantee you there are hundreds of students that would aspire to be in the program that you are in right now. There are hundreds of students that would aspire to be as smart as you are, Ethan, that would be as talented as you are, Jalen. There are a lot of students that want to be in your position, but because they don't, they're waiting on the opportunity to get what you have so they can show what they can do with it. You know, y'all, there are literally, I've been reading about the most millionaire or very wealthy individuals under the age of 18 that I've read about in my entire life. It's literally people who are right now making hundreds of thousands of dollars off recording YouTube videos. It's literally people that are out here making hundreds of thousands of dollars that are still in your seat. So my question to y'all is, what's your excuse? And I can answer it for you. It's not one. Y'all check this out. It's 3 types of people in this world. It's people that make it happen. It's people that watch it happen. And there's people that don't know what happened. Now, it's cool. What we don't ever want to be is the person that don't know what happened. And it's cool for a season if I'm the person who is watching it happen, because here is the formula to success. You have got to have the wisdom to be able to look at people who are in the position that you aspire to be in and understand that there's something that I can learn from him. It's cool for a season for you to watch and just be vigilant and just be aware of what people who are in the position that you aspire to be in are doing, because it is in that season where you can learn things, where you can avoid the hurdles that they had to go over, and you can avoid those so that it can expedite your success. But ultimately, what we want to be is the people that make it happen. We want to be the people who you say, you give me a little, I can make it much. We want to be the people that say, you can give me this position or put me in this predicament, and I promise you, I don't care if I have a lack of resources, I don't care if I have the proper personnel, I don't care if I have enough, I am going to make it something. Somebody say, I want to be the person that makes it happen. That's it. That's it. Y'all, I want you to do one last thing for me, and I'm going to be out of your way. I want you to lift your hands high as you can lift them. Lift both your hands high as you can lift them. Both of them, high as you can lift them. Parents, you can do this. Teachers, you can do this. Personnel, you can do this. Lift them as high as you can lift them. High as you can. High as you can. Now I want y'all to do me a favor. Lift them a little bit higher. Well, first I said, lift them as high as you can. But then I said, lift them a little bit higher. And I think everybody in here found something else in you where you could reach a little bit further for the goal that you were communicating. Y'all can put them down. Y'all check this out, man. There's always more in you to do. There's always a little higher that you can reach. And I know we inevitably have to go through obstacles, situations, and circumstances in this life. But I just want to implore each and every one of you to just keep reaching. I know it's going to get hard sometimes. I know it's going to hurt sometimes. I know it's going to get uncomfortable sometimes. But the best practice that you can adopt and continue to carry out throughout your life is just say, I'm going to keep reaching. Somebody say, I'll keep reaching. And I know it's going to get hard, but in order for you to be the person that makes the most of what you have and who you're called to be, is you have got to learn how to encounter and be able to deal with adversity. Say adversity. Check this out, y'all. This past semester was probably the hardest semester I've ever had in my entire life. And nobody knew it. Y'all heard it say earlier in my bio that I own one of the fastest growing private fitness facilities in the state of Mississippi. Well, this entire semester, that fitness facility has been under litigation. We've been in the middle of a lawsuit all semester. Not only that, but if y'all don't know by now, these teachers really do love y'all. I've learned this in my first year at Tougaloo, that my students are my soft spot. And earlier this semester, I had a student, I won't share her name, but I gave them an assignment, and the assignment at the beginning of the semester was, I want you to write a letter to your senior self. I had all freshmen. I said, write a letter to your senior self. This can be a congratulatory letter. It can be just an affirmative letter. It can be whatever you want it to be. I just want you to write a letter to your senior self. In that letter, this particular student says, you know, she just talked about how I got to graduate college. She was talking to herself and her future. She said, I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad for what you've done. I'm so glad you overcame all the obstacles that you had to endure. She said a little bit further in that letter, the reason why I'm so proud of you is because Dad will be proud of us. And I read a little bit further, and she said, Dad will be so proud because nobody in my family has ever graduated from college. I read down a little bit further, and she talked about how her dad died 1 week before she came to Tougaloo College. And I watched this student. She struggled the first semester. I mean, she really struggled. I mean, as a matter of fact, she might have had to get on academic watch, but I understood her dad died right before the school year started. So she wiped away that first semester, but then I saw her pick her own self up by her own bootstraps and literally kill the second semester. She overcame everything that you could have thrown in her way, and she did it. That was my soft spot, y'all. On top of all of this past semester, my dad was diagnosed with cancer. My mom was diagnosed with the early stages of Parkinson's. And it left me in a position where I'm asking God, why me? But then God literally responded to me, why not you? Because he gives his biggest battles to his strongest soldiers. So as I'm talking to the strongest soldiers that God ever created right here, right now, I want to encourage each and every one of you that though trials, tribulations, circumstances, things that you cannot control may arise. And although you may not have any control of the outcome, you are 100% in control of the effort. I'm proud of y'all. I love y'all. Thank you.